Hey, it's Phoenix Rain and we are here at SuperYummy HQ. Now I'm just doing some catch-ups on Q&As that have come in through my fan page, and one of the newsletters I sent out this week talked about why we should not be detoxing in January and why that is a bad idea. Now I have traditionally never put any of my mum clients through a detox in January. Now there is a reason for this. First of all, I don't believe in detoxing for busy mums because detoxing brings a whole host of symptoms with it that are not suitable when you're a busy mum. We have so much on our plates at any one time. We have to, raise our families. We have to manage all the school stuff, especially this time of year. We're back to school, new clubs and stuff, and getting our kids back into routine. We have careers to run. We have a household to run. So we've got a lot on our plates at any one time. And when you go through a traditional detox, the whole point of a detox is to remove a lot of stuff from your diet. So we're removing we're cutting calories, we're removing a lot of the foods that we're used to, and it puts our bodies under extreme amounts of mental and physical stress. Now, the reason that detoxes don't work for, well, I think anyone, but particularly busy mums, and the reason why you should never detox in the first week of January is this. The brain is split into two halves. It's a very complex organ, the brain. And we have two parts of the brain, which you probably know, which is the conscious brain, which is our logical part of our brain. And that is responsible for all of our logical decisions that we make when we are awake. And then we have the subconscious part of the brain. And the subconscious part of the brain controls our central nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. And it is responsible for doing all the processes that we don't really think about, breathing, our heart beating, hormone production, all the rest of that, synapse firing, all of that kind of stuff. Now, the subconscious brain is like our supercomputer, and here comes the science, by the way. You can fast forward this bit if you don't want to hear about neurology, but I think it's important that you understand this so that you know how your brain works when it comes to trying to stick to a diet. So I always explain the science. Now, the conscious part of the brain, the subconscious, I should say, is a supercomputer, and it processes information at around 20 million bits of information per second. It's really fast. However, the conscious part of the brain, the logical part, the waking part, is very, very, very slow, and it processes information at around 40 bits per second. Now, if you think of that in terms of the internet and the abilities we have today, so it's almost like the subconscious is your fiber optic cable that is your super fast broadband, right? And if you think of the conscious brain is like your dial-up modem, probably on 3 network, which never works. Okay, that's the difference. So when we make a decision to do something new, such as a new diet, a health or fitness program, and our gut instinct tells us that this is the right thing to do, it's going to make us happy, it's going to benefit our health and our well-being, our subconscious is ready to go and ready to jump into, those healthy eating patterns straight away. However, the conscious brain, processing at 40 bits per second compared to the 20 million of our subconscious brain, is very slow to catch up. And the gap in thinking between the subconscious at 20 million and the conscious at 40 bits per second is the part of the brain, that gap is where we struggle with anxiety and we fall off our diets within the first week of detox, because our brain isn't working together. We've got conflict. We've got the subconscious that is going really fast and the conscious that is holding us back because it hasn't been able to process the understanding yet. It's going, hold on, I'm not quite sure what we're doing. 1 minute we were laughing and drinking and eating loads of food and enjoying ourselves, and now you've put me into this extreme stress and I can't handle it, therefore I'm going to stop you from doing anything until I know what's going on. So this is why you can't motivate yourself or you can't focus on your detox in the first week of January. And this is why I always take all of my mums through a transition process between deciding to do a program and starting the program. And the transition process can be anywhere from 5 to 14 days, depending on what that program involves. So my mums that signed up with me for the 4th of January program, we started their preparation on the 26th of December, and we've given them a two-week process by which I've given them mental preparation and practical preparation to do every day, one day one exercise each day for 14 days. So now when they've started their programs today, they already feel like they've been doing this for 3 weeks. Their habits are ingrained. However, they only started today, and all of these guys have hit the ground running. And this is why you should never jump into a detox headfirst on the 1st of January. Always give yourself a transitional period where you can process what you're actually going to be doing on that program and prepare for what it's going to, the changes that are going to happen into your life and what you need to do to make that work for you. So I hope that gives you some insight as to why you can't get motivated and why you can't stick to a program. And maybe you can use that information to now go forward and assess things properly and go forward with an integrated brain so that both parts of your brain are working together. And once you've got that, you will fly. You really will. And that's how competitive athletes work, and that's how you should work too. I'm Phoenix Rain, and you are super yummy.